fur all over me. Okay, it's feeling too good. I'm going to stop. Well, hello, everybody. How are you today? I am going to do a video that starts off with showing you some funny things. Now, I'm wearing my old glasses. I loved these glasses. Cobalt blue. I needed a new prescription, and I was talked into my other pair of glasses. But if you look at these, they're filthy. But if you look at these glasses, I was told that they didn't fit my face. But they are actually really, really comfortable. Back to what I was saying here. I got to show you something. Why is it every time we go to the store to get undergarments, we bring them home and they don't fit right? I get so frustrated with it. Now, let me show you these right here. Are these male or female? How about these? Are they male or female? These are male. My husband bought them at Marshall's, and when he got them home, they didn't fit him. He said, I'm not going to bother returning them. And this is the size that he wears. So now I'm having issues with underwear. I bought a couple packages about a year ago, and they're already ripping. I remember the day when I used to purchase underwear, and they would last me years. I still have a pair of underwear from Bali, my last pair, that is still standing the test of time. And I'm going back years. And so I purchased myself some underwear, and I got them home. I know what size I wear. And honest to gosh, they were so tight. I know that I haven't grown that much in a year. I'm pretty much the same size. So I went back to the store and I got another design, another kind, the kind that I like, a little bit, go up a little bit higher over my belly button. And these fit beautifully. But the bum around where the legs are, it's too loose. It's like, give me a break. Okay, maybe if I wash them, they'll shrink a little bit. I decided to not return these underwear. But these, my husband's underwear, 100% cotton. He said, do you want them? And I said, sure. I put these on, and they freaking fit me to a T. And we have this joke here. Who wears the pants in this family anyway? Is it me or is it you? I'll say it to him and he'll say it to me. Because we're both Leos and we both have fire, but it's just so funny how his underwear fit me. Like, nobody knows that I'm wearing men's underwear. And people are like, well, you can order this style online for your gender. And I'm like, oh yeah. And then I'll get it home and they won't fit me. No, I'm not doing that. It's really hilarious, isn't it? So I guess I wear the pants in the family. So what are we going to talk about today? Well, I have a couple of things that I want to talk to you guys about. First of all, the products that I have mentioned on here before that I am absolutely positively loving a month later. This one is actually a couple months later. The first one is the Alpyn Beauty Wildcrafted Actives. Tested for sensitive skin. This is an amazing, amazing product. And it works. It works. If I go a week or 2 weeks and I'm like, what is wrong with my skin? It doesn't feel right. And I use this product, and then I put on my Botanical Republic Restore Youth Serum before I go to bed. My skin feels like a baby's bottom. No lie, no joke. I am not going to blow smoke. I'm telling you the truth. These two products, they're amazing. And then, okay, remember I told you I used to use the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream. I used it all up. I just finished the Crystal Serum. And I purchased the Revolution Pro Miracle Cream and also the Miracle Serum. Well, this serum is way better. But yes, it's more expensive. But look how much I've used. Not even a quarter of an inch. Hello. And the Miracle Cream from Revolution Pro, I'm getting down there. But I don't use gobs and gobs of it on my skin. And even after I put it on, I take warm water and I pat that over my cream. Some people do not like the smell. It doesn't bother me. Do I think it's doing just as good of a job as the Charlotte Tilbury? Yes, I do. Now, if you are a Makeup Revolution hater, this isn't going to affect you. If it doesn't matter to you and you are looking for something cost effective, go try this out. I mean, we're talking $100 to $14, okay? You be the judge. And if you can get away with handling the smell, I mean, I like the smell. I like the smell a lot. I can't get this real close to my eyes, though, because the fragrance that's in here does bother my eyes. So I go just right here up on top of my cheekbone, and then I use an eye cream under my eye. And I have various eye creams that I use. I do still have Charlotte's eye cream. Hold on a minute, will you? And then the next product that I have talked about so much is my Miccilo Lightweight Feel Flawless Finish Long-Lasting Primer. This stuff is amazing. I'm going to say it again. I have not purchased any other primer since I got this. I have no desire, zero desire to get any other primer. And if you're going to pay a little, just a tiny bit more for this, but comparatively speaking to other expensive brands out there, no, you are not. It is amazing. And if you have mature skin, voila. Voila. This is my Charlotte Tilbury Under the Eye Cream. I've used it, but I'm going to use it all up, and I probably will not get it again. Okay, friends, that's it with the products that I wanted to share. As far as my new products go, oh my gosh, the LYS Triple Fix Full Coverage Brightening Concealer. The stuff is freaking amazing if you have mature skin. If you have mature skin. If you don't have mature skin, you don't have to worry one iota if you purchase this. This is amazing concealer. Can't say enough about the Ravie Beauty Alley Glines lipsticks. I haven't purchased any more. I probably will at the end of the month. I love these lipsticks. And then I got the Clinique Black Honey. And I mean, really, if you're looking as far as colors go, or shades, this Black Honey is very unique. And it's like a year-round color, but it's beautiful. And like if you just want to put on a light coat, you can wear it all year round. But if you want to keep putting it on, it's beautiful for fall and winter. But I do like the emolliency of Alley's lipsticks better than Clinique's. But I'm telling you, I mean, they're all three of these are lovely. These are my preference. Okay, one more product, and then we'll get on with the subject matter of today, which is going to be a little difficult to talk about, and it might trigger some people, but I feel it's really an important topic. As a matter of fact, this topic has just come about 10, 11, 12, 14 years after my experience. And when I was experiencing this topic, nobody was talking about it. Nobody was experiencing it. And I had to go through it and come out the other side. It worked out beautifully, probably not perfectly, but beautifully, all by myself. Even my family didn't know how to react to it. Pretty typical. If you're the first person in the family to go through something, you are going to be the trailblazer. You are going to be the person forging the path. And funny enough, you might be the person that gets ditched along the way too. It doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. So here is the Effort Lash Doll 10 mascara that I really had problems with in my last video. So you know what I did? I dropped some vitamin E oil in this mascara. And I did notice some difference. Now, I love this wand. I wish it had a point right here, but that's okay. I hope you guys can see it, and I hope that my camera is focusing, but I love this wand. I love the way it grabs my lashes. The problem that I had was that it goes on really dry, and I'm not used to that. I'm used to wet mascara. So we're going to use this again today. Let me take off my glasses. And all I'm going to do is take my hair and just tuck it under here. Gently, because I don't want to ruin the way my bangs look when I take them down, which is what happens. Okay. And what am I putting on today for eyeshadow? Well, I bet you can guess. It's the Natasha Denona. And I told you guys I'm going to keep using this because it's really an amazing eyeshadow palette. Although I was watching one of my favorite YouTubers, and oh my gosh, she used a palette from Huda Beauty that I fell in love with, and then she used another Natasha Denona. So I don't know what I'm going to do. Maybe ask for Christmas. maybe ask for Christmas. Mrs. Claus usually buys herself something for Christmas. So I'm going to put on my eye primer here. So yeah, what is the topic that we are going to talk about today that could potentially trigger some people? And the reason that I decided to talk about this topic, and I will post a link down in my description for you to go check it out. I stumbled a couple months ago across a new channel where this parent posted a video, and I watched the whole entire thing. And I was like, oh my gosh, my heart breaks for this person. But I get it. I get it. And the topic that she was talking about had to do with parental estrangement. Young people, particularly, I would say 40 and under, are estranging from their parents for one reason or another. And when I went through, comparatively speaking, a short period of this in my own life, it almost put me in a mental hospital. Even losing my first husband was not as painful as this. Yet there were no websites, no links, no channels discussing this. I was freaking alone. And if my family watches this, I am not throwing shade on my family because they didn't know. They didn't know how to handle that. They didn't go through it. Everything was great. And if you are up against that, comparing yourself to other family members and their lives, stop doing it. Your life is your life and their life is their life. You may have to reach out to other sources for help. But I did stumble across in my searches a doctor. And this place became my go-to every time he uploaded a portion of his newsletter. Well, now we've got the topic out in the open. And the recent video that I watched is really amazing because this woman, when she initially uploaded her channel, she ended up with 40,000 views in something like a 20-hour period. And a lot of it was hate. Even parents doing the hating. And how people can do that to someone else that is in pain, I do not know. But it is rampant. This is an issue that has been going on for the last decade, and it's becoming more and more frequent, where kids are estranging from their parents because of political issues. Somewhere along the line, some psychologist told them, or psychiatrists told them that their parents were narcissists and that they were being abused. And we can narrow this down to something as simple as, no, you cannot take drugs in this house. I mean, seriously. The attachment or the thread is getting thinner and thinner and thinner. It's as sheer as a fishing line, but not as strong. And it is going to break. But I'm going to put the link in my description. This woman goes into detail all the research that she's done as to why she believes this is happening in our society. And there he goes again. We're just going to have to let him go. So my experience had many offshoots when it happened. And it wasn't just one thing. It never usually is. But I was so brokenhearted because what was happening is that I was put in the middle between my husband and my kids. And my relationship at the time and previously was nothing like perfect. Oh my gosh. No. And there was a lot that went down in my home. Some of it could have been avoided by me. I'm taking full responsibility. And some of it could have been avoided by my kids. But we were all, including my husband, in very dysfunctional areas of our lives. We were all grieving one way or another. And looking back, I'm not going to blame anybody. I'm not going to blame society. I'm not going to blame the school systems. I'm not going to blame psychologists, psychiatrists, other parents. And believe me, I wanted to blame some other parents. I really did. Because I really felt like if my kids went to them to talk to them, those parents should have turned those kids around and said, you really need to get some professional help, or you need to go discuss this with your parent. But I also understand that at the time, I don't think anybody was listening to anybody, much less listening to our own heart space that was unhealed at the time. But that isn't always the case with some of this estrangement. And I prayed and I sent white light to my kids when I went to bed at night. I asked God to pour into them. I surrounded them with my arms energetically, even though I was in pain. And I was not going to move from center. No way. And my situation worked out really well. It worked out because I had to take responsibility for my choices, my actions, my reactions, the fact that I was grieving and didn't feel like I was in a place to listen. Yeah, it was a really, really tough time. And thankfully, my daughter is in my life now, I wouldn't say anything is perfect because I don't think anything on this planet is perfect. So if you go to social media and you see all these happy faces and love and, oh, everything's the best, don't believe it. Don't believe it. Because 9 times out of 10, these individuals want you to see the best aspect of their lives. They don't want to show you the other side of their lives. And so, one of the subjects that this woman touches on in her video is the it's really a hypocrisy. It's kind of like individuality under a group umbrella. So there is definitely a group mentality pressure where the mob comes in and decides if an adult child or, almost adult child decides for one reason or another. Now, I'm not talking about extreme abuse. No abuse should be tolerated. And I've said this before. But some of the things that is being classified as abuse, disagreeing with them, telling them that they don't pay the bills in the house. Therefore, they don't have a say. And I know I'm going to come across as really strong, but these things matter. And yet we have all of the things that are happening in society compounding this estrangement issue. Financial survival being one of them, not only for the parents, but for the kids that leave school and they're under astronomical amounts of debt. Parents want, when our generation, our parents told us, you'll figure it out, get out there and survive. And kids are having a really hard time surviving today. It's a different world. And so I do feel like there needs to be a coming together here. But if you've got parents saying, I've done everything I could and I'm not caving, and you've got kids saying, no way, she's a narcissist or a fascist or a this or a that or whatever, I shut the door and I'm not opening it again. There's no coming together. And when there's no coming together, there is no understanding. There is no communication. There is no forgiveness. There is no wisdom. There is no love. And so the best that we could do as parents, if our kids decide to estrange from us, is to pray for them, is to energetically send them the highest white love light around them to generate healing. I used to lay in bed at night for a half an hour, and I used to push my hands out off the side of my bed and envision white light enveloping my kids and asking for them to be able to feel my arms around them. And if they felt my arms around them, they probably thought it was somebody else in spirit, like their deceased dad. But it very well could have been me. And listen, we all do the very best we can with the knowledge that we have at the time. And that includes kids, because they don't always make the correct choices either. And as parents, we love them, we forgive them, we tell them how great they are. I don't know what the answer is for you parents out there. I really don't. And I don't know the circumstances, and I don't know the situation. But I do know this. I know that if there's a will, there's a spiritual way. And I also know that there comes a point where we have to surrender to what is. And that surrender eventually will bring us peace. But I am a person that doesn't like to say never. I am a person that believes in universal love, forgiveness, compassion, and understanding. But I also know that we cannot force someone to change the way they are, how they feel, until they are ready. So the message that I have for you kids, before parents, is someday your parents are going to not be around anymore. They are going to be long gone. Forgiveness is for you. Because when the soul passes over, it sees everything. And part of healing, whether you're a child or you're an adult child or you're a parent, is forgiveness. Forgiving either party. And I used to say, I can forgive, but I'm not going to forget. But I have evolved. And I've chosen to forget some things. Because that trauma attachment didn't serve me at all. And so if you are a parent and your adult child hurt you beyond comprehension, and it's been years, spiritually forgive them. Forgive them. Many times people make decisions because they don't know what they're doing. They don't know the impact that their decision will have later on in life. Forgive yourself and forgive them. Easier said than done, I know. Now, I am not a psychologist. I'm not a psychiatrist. I'm just a person who's had experiences in life to shed some light on it for all of you. And here's another thing. When your children estrange from you, they might be going through their own stuff that has nothing to do with you. I'd like to end this topic, and I would like you guys to go research more from people that are way more qualified than I am. Can only talk about experiences. And you know, my daughter, my adult child, had reasons. And I acknowledge that. And I had reasons too for what I did. No excuse either way, because you cannot have communication if somebody is closing the door. Let's put on some foundation. Let's use the Dermablend. Gotta shake it up, shake it up, shake it up. I'm going to put it on my hand. I'm going to use 2 drops. According to Marlena, you do not need a lot. This is amazing foundation. It spreads like a dream. Look at how much I still have on my hand. You literally only need 1 drop. I don't know why more people aren't. I mean, you know, maybe it's because this foundation is passé on, you know, going viral or whatever, but it is amazing foundation. And I will be keeping it because it's in a glass. Is it in a glass bottle? Yeah, it's in a glass bottle. It has a dropper. I think it will last quite a long time. I'm putting it on with my fingers right now. Under my eyes real quick here. Actually, I like how that went on with my fingers. I'm going to leave it like this. I really am. That's pretty. Okay, now for the LYS Brightening Concealer. Wow, that's a good match. This is how I've been putting on my concealer. And, you know, if I want a full face, this is how I've been putting it on. If I want a full face. If I want to go more natural, then I don't put as much on. Going to use my Wet n Wild fluffy brush that's clean. I cleaned a bunch of brushes the other day. I'm going to use my Charlotte Tilbury favorite. I'm really not partial to cream bronzers and cream blushes. I'm really not. There's just something, oh my gosh, this Sigma brush is... they're having sales right now. If you want to get some Sigma brushes, their brushes are amazing. Amazing. So yes, the topic for today was parental estrangement. As I said, I'm not an authority on it. I can only tell you about my experience. I can only tell you that I have great kids. I can only tell you that my kids went through a lot in life, and so did I, but so did my husband now, as well as my first husband, physically and other areas. And looking at all of it, I can understand it. But, you know, I didn't at first. I didn't. I didn't at all. It's an evolution. It's an evolution process. Did I go into here? I don't think I did. Oh my gosh. For me, Charlotte Tilbury's bronzer is the best. Oh my gosh. Allie's lipsticks are amazing. Amazing. I took my headband off and I'm going to put on the mascara. I started to put it on a little bit here. And the vitamin E oil has had time to sink into the mascara. And wow, what a difference. These little tiny bristles on this brush are really great for grabbing the eyelashes. Okay, so that's 3 coats. That's 3 coats. Should I put one more coat on? Do you dare me? Well, I hope this topic today did not trigger anybody. I hope that it helped people to understand that there are not clear-cut answers when doors are shut, usually, unless it's severe. And if both parties are willing to come together in one way or another, then that's where the healing begins. But I'm going to link this woman, her channel, down in my description box, just in case any of you might be struggling with estrangement from children. Their choice. My heart goes out to you. My prayers are with you. If there's a will, there's a way. I'm going to pull 2 cards. I'm going to pull one card from Mary, Queen of Angels. Here we go. What was the topic for today? I want you to see this. Truth. I am lovingly honest with myself and others. That is the truth. That is what is happening. It's not everything else that's going on. It's the being truthful with who we are and the other party involved that's estranged being truthful with who they are. And it's the coming together. So we all have some surrendering to do. Forgiveness, surrendering our egos. The ego is big in this because, you know, I'm right. No, I'm right. You're wrong. No, you're wrong. What does it matter? Now, I also made some cards. There are 44 of these. Just going to ask Archangel Michael, Mother, Father, God, Holy Spirit Divine, my ancestors in spirit, my guardian angels, Edward and Serena, and Elijah, all the archangels, and my light being spiritual friends to be here with me now. Thank you so much. Amen. Please infuse these cards with love, compassion, mercy, understanding, and pure radiant white light for the benefit of all. Amen. And thank you. So let's shuffle these and I will pull. Okay, this card right here came out. Perspective. All of this that we talked about today takes a shift in perspective. A perspective from the parents, a perspective from the kids. And sometimes this takes time. And the surrender aspect is allowing that time to unfold. Now, I wasn't real good about that. But once I surrendered, miracles happened. Miracles happened. In fact, that is a story for part 2. Okay, my friends, be well, be blessed, be beautiful, because you are, because there is nobody else on the planet like you. My heart and soul goes out to each one of you. Until next time. You know I love ya. Take care.